you can only define a nation if you can draw a circle around it. Okay, you
AKA borders.
Borders, right? And look, all this stuff about, the sojourner and things like that. Yeah, God calls us to be good to the sojourner, equal standards and equal scales of justice for the sojourner and the alien among you.
One standard,
one
law.
standard for everybody. That's all biblical. Atheism's not going to give you that. Your secular humanist education in the government schools is not going to get you to that. It is because of the Christian worldview that you even say equal justice and equal standards and scales for the sojourner and the alien among you. Yes, but don't forget that the Bible talks a lot about Israel having gates and Israel having a defined border. And how do you even call somebody an alien if you don't know what your border is? Right. How do you know they've crossed it? A nation is not a nation if you can't draw a circle around it and say, there it is. And a nation is not a nation if it doesn't have a standard and laws that express what it actually is. What do you believe? What are your values? What are your traditions? What do you actually express about the world? And so when you have this American experiment that's been going on for some time, you also have a standard that's been there for some time. I mean, we all have this recorded in our minds, 1776 and all the stuff that came after that. We know what America is supposed to believe fundamentally because you have this thing you can look at behind glass. Like we all say as a nation, we're gathered around this thing. And we even have law enforcement and military and our representatives that raise a hand.
Yeah, that's right.
And they hold it up to God to say an oath to what? Mm-hmm. To support and defend what? The Constitution of the United States. And so it really matters. And so when you have people that sneak into a country unlawfully over against people that do it lawfully, legally, praise the Lord for them and all the work that it takes to do that. But you have people that sneak in and violate the law and then come into the streets and say, I have no fidelity, whatever, towards your Constitution. I don't necessarily agree with your values. I will not promote your values. I will not support your values. I won't put a hand up to that at all myself. And they start flying flags from the foreign nation they supposedly escaped. In your nation, something is wrong.
Yeah, their affection for it isn't that strong if they won't remain there.
It isn't amazing. I was just talking to my son about this last night. Isn't it interesting that you have these illegal aliens, these people that break the law, and it must be so offensive to the people who dedicated their lives to coming here lawfully and doing all the education.
Has to be.
And swearing their hand, putting their hand up as an oath. My son, I said, isn't it amazing that the people who came in here unlawfully or the people who have no fidelity towards the Constitution of the United States or our values, they're coming in and waving the flag of the country that they've left to come here.
Yeah.
But the people who came here lawfully, the people who spent time in the classes and met with the representatives and had to ultimately work through all the detail to get to the place where they swore an oath before witnesses and God saying, this is my country.
Right.
I have fidelity towards these documents. This is who I want to be. I want to be an American, and I'm leaving that citizenship because this is my home. You don't see a lot of those people that went through that whole process waving the foreign flag of the nation that they left. Right?
Jeff, even too, like, I think it was Toby that said this at ReformCon. He was talking about the significance of a flag.
Yeah.
Because it was in the context of the rainbow jihadists, right? So they come into these cities and they plant their flag everywhere. And what is that? It's a symbol of dominion. They're laying claim.
Right.
They're saying this belongs to us, like everything. And so, like in that same vein, if you have people that are coming from their nation into yours, planting a flag, it's a declaration of something.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how you wouldn't call that
That's a great point.
an invasion by looking at it and seeing a foreigner come into your land and say, no, this right here that has defined boundaries, this is actually mine. I'm laying claim to it. I own this, and you can't make me leave.
This video is brought to you by Amtech Blades. We are very excited to be partnering with Amtech. Bill Rapier, longtime Navy SEAL, DevGuru operator, amazing brother and friend. Looking for a battle axe to carry on your person, to chop some wood? They've got you covered. Looking for a blade to carry on you every day? Also got you covered. Look at this. I got to check my mail. What do we got going on here? Oh, look how sharp that is. What is this? Oh, 5% off. You can go to amtechblades.com, put Apology in the coupon code, get 5% off your order, and he will match that and give 5% to End Abortion Now. Again, amtechblades.com. We're grateful for them. Check them out.